Hi everybody, Mike Newton here at Lytham Golf Academy. I've got a hybrid or stroke rescue head-to-head here with TaylorMade. So I've got the TaylorMade M2 and I'm going to put it against the M1. Now these are the 2017 models, so maybe just give you guys a bit of an idea of which one you might want to go out and try yourselves. Now two different clubs, maybe aimed at a different type of player, but also trying to achieve a different ball flight. So M2 is basically a glued product, and what I mean by that, it's not adjustable at the neck. Okay, so the shaft is glued in, it isn't adjustable, so we can't change loft or face angle, and there's no adjustability on the weight. So it's just a very fixed product here. Very forgiving, very high launching, a bit more of an easier club to use. Now M1 is a little bit different, so you can see you've got your neck sleeve here, so we can dial in loft, taking it down, taking it up, also affecting face angle there to try and create a desired shot or try and reduce a certain shot that you may have. You've then got the weighted screw on the sole here, which can move into the heel or the toe to try and make it sort of fade or draw bias, or leave it in the middle to be more neutral. A little bit of a different shape as well. Now obviously the colour's different, so the M2's got a classic black and white sort of finish. M1 is a little bit more of a compact shape here, a little bit more of a squared off shape, and just gone completely black on the top. So a little bit of a different look here. Okay, so going to hit both of these, going to look at some launch and spin numbers and maybe some distance numbers, and maybe see how high these ball flights, if there's any difference between these two, and maybe which one would possibly suit your game. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off with the M2 here. So this is the number 3 Rescue 19-degree stiff flex in the shaft. Okay, so we're going to hit some shots with this. So as I say, I like the black and white finish behind the golf ball. It's a sort of larger head compared to M1, as in from the front to the back of the golf club. So it does look like it's very much easier to launch. Let's see if that applies to it. Yeah, it's a super strike and it's a high ball flight. Now also the Rescues are designed to give that higher ball flight there. That's a good distance, that's carrying out 231, that's a good hit really. Okay, so slightly lower flight there, that's purely because I struck that slightly heel side in the golf club. It's still flown very nicely. Still carried it 229, so it's a healthy distance there. Again, possibly the M2 over the M1 might just provide that little bit more forgiveness on those miss strikes. That's another good strike there. I mean, it does feel very easy to hit there, very easy to sort of pluck off the ground there. Now, obviously, it's a perfect lie here, but I'm guessing if I was to venture off and maybe hit off a lie that was maybe sort of the ball sat in a depression there, or just maybe off the fairway in that semi-rough, I probably feel very confident of getting that ball up and away with the M2, definitely. Right, so we're going to hit the last shot with the M2, and then we'll move on to the M1 Rescue. Let's try and finish on a good one. Yeah, that's a solid golf shot, that. Very sort of piercing flight, sorry, not piercing, but a higher ball flight there, should I say. Definitely looks like it's going to land very soft there. That's 238 carry, that's a really good strike there. It feels like it's going to land really soft hitting into the green, which I think is obviously what a Rescue is very much designed to do. And maybe for the golfer who is maybe going into M2, which I would maybe say is the sort of more mid to high handicap golfer, generally, I'm not saying that's a golden rule there, but generally speaking, would probably want to see that slightly higher launch of the golf ball, something that's easy to pick up and away. Okay, so let's move on to M1, hit some with that, and then let's look at some numbers. Okay, so M1 in our hands here now. So suits, obviously straight away we've seen a different look of a golf club. It's black head, it's a black club face, and it's more of a squashed in look. So from the front of the club face to the back of the club is a lot narrower than M2. So it looks to be a more compact head here and a little bit more of a squared off head. So I'm guessing this is to promote more of a lower launch, a bit more of a piercing ball flight. Let's see if we can actually see that. So I'll start off with the first shot here with the M1. That's a good solid strike there, nice opening shot. It possibly sounds a little bit different, maybe sounds a little bit dull. I don't know whether you can pick this up on the camera here or not on the sound, but it just sounds a little bit duller on the sound, maybe over M2. Okay, so caught that a little bit lower in the face there. It's come out obviously a little bit lower on the launch there. Probably just dropped off on distance. Yeah, 217. That's a little bit more strike there. Okay, the flight was very straight. It sort of looked to be fizzing out, but I know I hit that a little bit low in the club face there. Okay, that one has struck better. Just turn it over fractionally left, which is always I see with sometimes a lot of the better players is the tendency is to turn a hybrid more left than maybe a driving iron. That's what I feel like I'm going to do more, is turn it over left, which that one just hasn't a little bit. It was a better strike though, and I'm seeing a sort of slightly more sort of forward flight with the M1. Be interested to see some numbers, whether they are actually different here. We're seeing some different length of shots here, but maybe just to see a different launch and spin. Not too sure, but physically it looks to be going a little bit more forward through the air. Yeah, it's a lovely ball flight. Great, nice straight golf shot. Okay, so that's M1 hit. So let's go on and have a look at some numbers, see if there's any difference between M1 and M2 rescues. Okay, so let's check some numbers out here. So M2, M1. So club head speed, just fractionally quicker with M1, not a massive amount in it. Ball speed here, 1 mile an hour quicker with M1 over M2. Launch, M2 higher, 13.3 against 11.6. Now, there was that second shot with the M1 where I caught a little bit low in the face, which has obviously just dropped that launch down, which has probably just pulled that number down. So probably that was averaging maybe into the sort of 12.5, maybe touching 13. So quite similar actually on the launch when you take that one out, possibly. Looking at spin numbers, so M2 3,400, M1 4,1. Now that sort of surprised me a little bit. I was expecting M1 to be possibly a little bit lower spinning there. But having said that, M2, it's a bit more of a distance gaining sort of club here. So 145 ball against 146, lower spin. You can see the distance is up with M2. So it's peaking out at 35 yards peak height. M1 was 33 on average, so a little bit lower with the M1, which is sort of what we were expecting. I maybe saw that a little bit. Distance-wise, 232 against 224. So if you're looking for distance, I think M2 is the club here. If you're looking for that bit lower ball flight, flattening off a little bit lower on its peak of its flight, possibly M1. Okay, everybody, so there we go. M2 versus M1 Rescue. So two very different looking golf clubs there. Performance-wise, there is some slight differences there. I think it obviously does maybe back up to what I was saying in terms of just that slightly lower ball flight that you were sort of expecting between M1 against M2. Obviously strikes make a big difference of these performances. You know, you can quite easily miss-hit one and it pops that launch down, a little bit like we've got in the M2 there. I launched one at 10 degrees there purely because I did it a little bit low in the heel. Okay, so it's just going to drop that launch off a little bit. But I think you've got to look at it as averages there. We maybe just saw that M1 just flattening out a little bit lower than M2, but obviously distance-wise, M2 was a lot stronger. So different golf clubs there for maybe the different type of player, but hopefully gives you guys some idea to maybe go out and try. And obviously you've got some adjustments of M1 to try and dial in a little bit fine-tune. Obviously M2, you don't have that luxury. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do comment down below, hit that subscribe button to get notifications of future videos, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.